Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
All right, ladies.
When you've done the work, you want your hydration to do the same. Introducing new Gatorade Lower Sugar, now with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. And 75% less sugar and all the electrolytes of regular Gatorade, now available nationwide.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Brooke Brigham, I'm the attorney.
And I'm Tess Brigham, I'm the therapist.
And we are here today to talk about the show Seeking Sister Wife. This is season 6, episode 8, entitled, It's Just Papers, right?
Oh, Dannielle. Oh, Dannielle.
Our poor Dannielle.
Whoa.
So anyway, should we start with them or we should end with them?
We'll end with them because they're always a special treat. But
okay, let's start with the most, I think, boring story. I'm really ready for these people to be
okay. And who is that?
Over. The Johnsons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually have probably the most notes for the Johnsons because things actually started happening. But yeah. I have a lot of feelings about Matt.
I don't know
a lot of
what's
this.
wrong with him. Well, this whole triad is just, I don't understand them.
Yeah, and it's back to like what we were talking about last week with why are you doing this? Like the Reise and Billie Jean, like you have embryos. Mm-hmm. What is going on here? And it feels a little bit with like Matt is that Matt doesn't want to do jack shit ever. Like Matt is a lazy, like not lazy, but I think that he's, he does not want to do a lot. And what I'm bothered by is Angelica. Like, you know what, Angelica, go make your own friends. Go do that. But it's like she's putting all of this pressure on Matt to maintain this relationship with Shanay so that Angelica can, because it seems like it's really Angelica that wants to keep the relationship. And it's like, that is a very, very silly reason to try to make this relationship work. It's not fair to Shanay. It's not fair to Matt. Like none of it's fair to anyone. Just be friends. Be friends. Like, you know, why does all this have to be so intermixed?
There's something more to this story, and I'm not sure what it is, but there has got to be something more to this story. See, I still am unclear whether Shanay and Angelica are lovers. That's unclear because their relationship is like a little too close. I don't understand why Shanay would be putting up with this for 3 years, basically putting up with, it sounds like, hardly ever seeing Matt, living far apart, getting nothing. I mean, she's a young, beautiful, professional woman. Like, what she could be with anyone she wanted to be with. Like, what is going on here? Something is not right.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is what I said before. I said, I think that is Angelica in love with Shanay? Is Shanay, like, do the two of them feel like they both love each other, but they just as friends? Is there something more going on, but they can't act on it? But that Matt's the tie that keeps them together? I don't know. The whole time I kept thinking, okay, fine, dump this guy and just, Angelica, you get in the car and go see Shanay. You're in the same situation you would be before if he was with her or not. She still lives in the same place. So do you. Like, what will be different if the two of them are not dating? I don't understand.
No idea. I have no idea what these people are doing. And it seems to me like they can't even really spend the night together. So how and when are they having sex? Like,
and I think this is what I think it is that I think what started happening was I think Angelica would probably take the time and energy to go see Shanay, or they would find the time and they would hang out. And then I think that part of this was the times that Shanay and Matt would hang out. I honestly think he would get a hotel room and probably order pizza and have sex and eat pizza. And then he'd go home and she'd go to her house. I mean, I think that's probably what they were doing. So, but this is where we pick up where we left off last week, where Matt is waiting for Shanay. And this is when he says, I don't do these kinds of things for anyone. And I'm like, yeah, we know that.
That's
Matt.
the problem.
That's the problem. Like getting, I think it looks like 6 or 7 roses and that you just went and bought, and finding a train that you can eat dinner on is a lot. So this is a lot for him.
Yeah, he feels like he's really done.
Oh yeah, he feels like he has planned out so much. But he's saying at the same breath, well, I have to make this work or Angelica will be disappointed. It's like, why? Why would she be disappointed? Why does she need the two of you to be together? Why? I don't understand this at all.
I don't understand. She can still remain friends.
Yes.
With Shanay.
Mm-hmm.
If Matt stops having sex with her. I don't know. Again, there's something more to this story. And I hope we find out at some point, because it's driving me nuts. Because I'm just watching this going, why? So, okay, they're taking this dinner train down the coast of Rhode Island. And, Shanay is kind of like, well, where'd you get the idea to do this? And he's like, I just Googled it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like, you've never done anything special for me ever. And here, all of a sudden, you've planned this date for us. You brought me, 6 or 7 roses. Mm-hmm. And she says, I don't need grand gestures, just a consistent effort.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, and that's what a lot of men don't seem to get a lot of times is that, people always think that that what women are looking for are the roses and the this and the that. But really what Shanay was talking about was that she would like for you to call her up, or, she's got a big meeting happening that day. Mm-hmm. She wants you to call her up and say, how did that meeting go? Mm-hmm. Or what happened with this? Or surprise her at her house and be like, I know you had a really long day with this big meeting. Let me treat you to dinner. Let's go out and, we'll be here together. Like that, women don't want huge things. They want the acknowledgement and the awareness of, and they don't want to feel like you're an unthought, someone's not thinking about
like
you.
Someone's thinking about me. They care. They know. Yeah. They care enough. They're listening to what I'm saying. No, that means way more than
than money. Gestures. That's the other part is men get so caught up with the roses and the money and the dinners and no. It's like, are you listening? And then did you bring me my favorite coffee? Because you remembered that it was a hard day and this is my favorite coffee. Yeah. So anyway, we learned that they haven't. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, Angelica says that Shanay is her heart. Mm-hmm. And she has not told her family about Shanay because I guess they're real judgy. But yeah, probably because they have questions like we all do. Like, what is going on here?
But that's the other part of it. When Angelica was talking about her family, I was like, okay, so all right, we understand a little bit more now. Like, you don't feel like you have family to talk to, but why can't you make other friends? Like, that's the other part. And you shouldn't put all of your friendship eggs in Shanay's basket. Mm-hmm. That's the other part of it too. It's like, that's too much for Shanay. If you're saying, Angelica, that you want to have more people to talk to, more relationships, more support, I think all of that's great. But it's on you, Angelica, to do, you know what I mean? And that's the one thing with this Matt stuff that I will give him, which is, he is doing this for Angelica to some extent. And plus he probably is like, oh, good, I can sleep with other women and isn't this good? But it really does feel a little bit like the Billie Jean and Reise thing, which is like, who wants this? And isn't the person who wants this, isn't it on them to find a way to fulfill it?
Yeah.
So,
well,
But Shanay has not seen or talked to Matt for several weeks. And, she gets this invitation tonight and she's still feeling, she says, I still feel very resentful and I don't know what your intentions are. And I think that Shanay was waiting to see, I think that this was obviously the last ditch effort, but I think what Shanay was really waiting on was, I want to know if he's had any aha moments or any awareness at all, or is he just doing this as a Band-Aid? And I think she figured out, oh, this is a Band-Aid. And that was like, she was done. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, yeah, they're talking. She's kind of like, well, what's changed? What's different? He's not really saying anything. She asks him, I don't know, she brought up about, if he had been seeing anybody else or gone on any other dates. And so he then has to disclose that date that he went on with his, high school girlfriend or whoever she was from a million years ago. And then Shanay realizes, wait a minute, even Angelica lied to her about this. So Matt lied. He didn't disclose this until he was confronted with it. And also she finds out that Angelica knew and didn't tell her, and they're supposed to be best friends. And then, she's just sort of like, I've had it. This is like the final straw.
Yeah.
And she just literally gets up from the table and leaves.
I was like, God, you probably should have broken up with him towards the end of the train ride. Now you've got to sit there and stare at each other. But yeah, I mean, he talks about, and this is this miscommunication or misunderstanding, which is, talks about the woman that he dated was a space filler. And Shanay is like, space filler? You never have space for anyone. You don't have space for me. So the minute I'm not around, you need to fill this space. And I can imagine Shanay feeling a little bit like, what space was she trying to fill? Like, oh, am I just someone you can have sex with that's not your wife? Or do you really care? And this whole thing is, Matt is very confused, and Angelica is not helping him at all, because he assumed that Shanay was pushing him away and not to respond. And I've seen this too. I've had conversations with my male clients about this, and I'm always like, no. That's not, men sometimes think things that women are saying is a way of pushing you away. And it's like, no, what they're saying to you is, are you going to come closer? Like, can you? They're not saying go away. They're saying, can you do this? Can you rise to the occasion? So.
Yeah. And then Matt says he's heartbroken, but then he says Angelica's going to be mad. And I think that's really what he's concerned about. Because
she says without Shanay. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say without Shanay.
I was going to say.
Oh, sorry. So without Shanay, she has no one to lean on. So not Matt.
What about you, Matt?
Or yourself, Angelica. But again, so this is the whole thing, which is, someone is lonely, someone needs help, and then looking to your spouse to fulfill that. That's a problem. Your spouse should show up for you in a lot of different ways, but you can't expect your spouse to fulfill everything. You can't. So stop expecting it and go take control and go do it for yourself. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of that. I don't know I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fallout with Angelica, but.
Yeah. Well, do you think that Shanay was being hypocritical when hypocritical? Sorry, I was reading my writing was off. So Matt felt like Shanay was being hypocritical because she was so upset about Matt going on this date, but this whole time apparently Shanay has been dating this other guy, and obviously they didn't know that ahead of time. They didn't, she just dropped that bomb on them the last time she saw them. So is Shanay being a hypocrite?
Huh. Good question.
See,
kinda. I mean,
yeah, I wrote down, like, it feels a little bit like Shanay wants to hedge her bets. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like she's not happy with the Matt and Angelica situation, but she knows it's going to be difficult and messy, and she doesn't want to be completely alone. So she starts dating this other guy. It's starting to go well. Maybe it's good. And she's a little bit in this weird place of like, I'm not going to do both, or I have to talk to them about them and I got to figure out if he's serious. It's like, Shanay, then break up with him.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at this guy. I really don't think that what he did was all that terrible. I think she was angrier about the time issue and the fact that he had time and energy to go find this woman and he doesn't even have time and energy for her. But I do think that it feels a little bit like you're covering all your bases a bit.
Yeah. Well, I think she seemed more concerned that Angelica didn't tell her, which tells you something. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, like she should have told me. She was like, her loyalty should have been to me and not her husband. I don't know. These people, they need to just all go their separate ways. They really need to break up. If I hope.
Oh, no, I think this is it.
Next week they wrap this up because it's enough. This is one of the strangest things I've seen on this show. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So let's talk quickly about the Peraltas.
Yes. One person said on social media, or maybe they wrote us, that it's possible that Yessel is on a submarine. Or that he is, because that's what I was wondering. That's what I said last time. Is this the military? Is there something going on? So it seems like he's able to use technology and do all of this, and he's got to quote unquote go to work. But it is this very contained thing for these certain periods of time. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I think it's definitely some kind of military operation. So Dani has to break the news to Yessel that, she told, I've already forgotten her name, Jackie?
Jackie, yeah.
Jackie told Jackie that, there was no way that they were going to have kids with her. And, Jackie was pissed. She walked off. That's done. And Yessel is pissed.
Yes. Very pissed.
He's very pissed.
Because he has been having phone sex with Jackie this whole time. And he thought he was going to be able to have in-person sex with her. And he's very upset.
As soon as he gets off the submarine.
Yeah.
And so he's really pissed. And he's like, well, I got to go to work. And then they show him later filming himself. And he's saying that, this is not okay. This is unacceptable. And that he's going to try to get Dani to change her mind.
Yeah. Basically, because he's more empathetic to Jackie than he is to Dani. He's like, well, I see why Jackie is hurt. And the first thing he says to Dani, but Dani did make this clear to you, Yessel. And again, this is what I said from the beginning. This guy she sets a boundary and he pushes and pushes and pushes and pushes the line, and she doesn't know how to hold it. And Dani says to him, because he says to her, well, is there any wiggle room? Could we go back to her? And Dani's like, no, it is not a repairable dynamic. And she's pissed that
she's trying to say, I'm not going to change my mind. So no, there's no wiggle room. And yet he still says that he's going to try to get her to change her mind. And I don't know, I'm kind of scared to, what does that mean? Happen. Yeah.
Well, he also says this is going to make our search. If Dani has this, this boundary, this is going to make our search so much harder. And that's not fair to him because he's open to having more kids. And I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, so that's a different issue. It's about the two of you, anyway, it's just, I love how he talks about all he cares about is himself. And the fact that he's thinking to himself, if I want to get with some young, hot woman, because I bet you anything, if he met someone who was in her 40s, she probably doesn't want to have any more kids. I think she'd fit right in. But I think for him, he's realizing like, I want someone young and hot. And
and they're going to want to have kids.
And they're going to want to have kids. And, hey, I leave all the time. I don't have to deal with them. So I'll keep having kids.
I know. Poor Dani's just home with these two very young kids.
Yeah.
They're probably like a year apart, if that.
Yeah. 2 and 1, 1 and 2. Yeah, it's a lot. And he's giving her grief for giving them cupcakes. I'm like, I'd be shoving cupcakes down their throats all the time. I couldn't make it. One thing I wrote is, the first thing that Dani says is, how important being a mother to her is. It's like, why do we need to express how much we love being parents all the time? Like, why is this it feels so performative, but it's this weird thing where it's housewives and this show, every show, in order to be a female, you have to prove that you're a good mother.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know you don't have to tell me that I think that you're a good mother. The kids look, I can see it. You have a nice, clean home.
Being with you. Yeah.
Yeah. They're cuddling with you. They like you. They're not running from you. Like, why do we have to? I just feel like, I don't know. I hope this changes because I don't like it.
It's also because she says, I love being a mom, but, it's really exhausting. And so it's almost like you can't complain like this is hard, this is exhausting without prefacing it with, I love being a mother. But it's like, girl, you don't need to, you don't need to say anything to justify. We know it's hard. It's very hard. So,
well, and I also think it's okay to say, I'm not enjoying being a mother right now. Like right now, I think you can say like this section of your kid's life. Everyone has times of their kids' lives that they like more than other times, but it just feels a little bit like, no, we have to make sure that the audience is with you. And the only way the audience can be with you is to make sure that you are a good mother. Somehow being a bad mother is like, Yeah,
and you're not a bad mother because you're tired and you're complaining about whatever.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well, I hope those two wrap up too. I don't know how much, what more can we see or say with these two? Unless, Yessel starts meeting women on the submarine. He's like calling Dani up being like, okay, she's down the street. Go meet her. See if she's right. What is going to happen?
Well, it can only go two ways. Either he comes home and he pressures her relentlessly to the point where she acquiesces, or she holds the line. And he's going to be pissed. Either ways, this is not good. This isn't going to end well.
No.
Let's put it that way.
No, they have a very unbalanced relationship. The dynamic's very unbalanced. Yeah. And it's not good. Not good at all. Not good.
All right. So let's go to the Williamsons. I thought this scene was hysterical.
I know. Oh my God. Reise. And the more I think about this issue with Reise and Billie Jean, the more I get angrier and angrier at Billie Jean. Her goddamn embryo privilege. She's, she can have, and she's pregnant right now. She is pregnant right now. So you have the ability to, and the way and the access to have more children.
Yeah. You didn't need to get a surrogate, sister wife or whatever you're trying to do.
Whatever you think you need to do. You have someone who is offering their eggs to you already and has been kind enough to, and you have the embryos. They're already made.
And you have 5 of them.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good chance of at least one working.
Yeah.
Well, I love this when he's wants to, I don't know, lighten things up, go to the playground, and this guy, he's so awkward. He can't really swing. He falls off the swings. But he's just having a good old time.
Yeah.
And Nikki came through again with a second blind date with Randy.
Yeah, Randy lives an hour away. So he's like, I don't know how we're going to deal with this. I'm like, Reise, beggars can't be choosers, okay? I saw the little town you live in. How many people do you think are going to be down for this?
Right.
Whomever this is probably not going to be in your town. So.
Yeah. So she shows up at the playground and he says, "Are you a swinger?" Or no, she says, "Are you a swinger?" Right? I don't know. It was
no. I think he said it like, "Oh,
are you a swinger?"
Are you a swinger?
'Cause he's on, double entendre here.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny, but she likes him right away.
Yeah,
she
thinks he's cute.
She thinks he's cute. She's got good energy. But again, okay, so she's got 3 children who are 17, 14, and 5.
Yes.
And so she's tired of being a single parent and she needs help.
Yeah, I think this is why
at least her reasoning kind of fits in a little bit with their plan, you know?
Yeah. So that's the thing is that it seems to me like what she's really looking for is she's like, oh, this guy's cute. I think I could maybe have sex with him now and again. I think she's looking for someone to babysit her kids. We're back to the same issue.
Yeah.
It's everybody wants help with their children. And it seems a little bit like no one wants to have to pay for it and feels like it should just show up. And so, yeah. But here's the thing is this what Billie Jean and Reise want? They want more babies.
Yeah. I was going to say, being a single parent is more than childcare. It's that you have to do everything yourself. Everything. Like something breaks. There's nobody, there to help fix it. Or I mean, it's like things, unless you've been a single parent, like it's like things I don't even think you think about, that you have to do all the shopping, you have to do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the everything. Like there's no help at all. So I get it. I get it, Randy.
I feel you. I see you, Randy.
I see you.
But can we just back up for a second about the 2 dates that we've seen Reise go on? If you told me, if you said, I watched someone named Reise go on 2 dates, the first one was for ice cream, and the second one was at the park. How old do you think Reise is?
7. Yeah.
Because he makes some comment about like, well, I'm just a big kid. And, and it was almost a little bit like that ice cream date was too much. It was like too heavy, oh no.
Too serious.
He's really got to just, but it's just funny. It's like not coffee, not drinks. Though we do see them go and get drinks, but none of that. Like it's all things that you would do in your first middle school date. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, and also Randy asks him if, this arrangement includes them being sexual with each other. And Reise says, well, we'll talk about that later. It's like, oh, but you told the first date, Bess, that it would be sexual.
Yeah.
And maybe he thought, well, maybe that wasn't the right tactic. Maybe I should just... But I don't know. Maybe the producers told her to ask him that. Seems kind of weird question to ask. Like, well, what did Nikki say? Like, what was the premise? I mean, what is Nikki saying to these women?
What is Nikki saying? This is what I want to know. We are missing a lot. We are missing the Nikki phone calls to all these women looking for them.
We need that recorded.
Well, and again, Reise says, when he said, well, we'll talk about that later. He said, well, anyway, I'm very vanilla. Like, it's a little bit like, are we going to be sexual? Well, I don't know, maybe, but I'm really terrible at it. So, or it's really boring. You're going to fall asleep. You probably won't like it. It's like, okay, you're not doing a great sales job, Reise. And of course, Randy's like, oh God, I mean, if this guy's saying he's vanilla, what is he? Like,
yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. Well, it just happens that, Billie Jean is nearby and, let's go to this bar and meet up with her and meet her. Let's get this thing going. We've known each other 10 minutes already. We've been sitting on the merry-go-round, whatever that thing was.
The teeter-totter. Yeah. Because Randy's looking at him and smiling and being nice. And I think he's like, oh, this is working. She likes me. You know what I mean? I think he's so excited.
Well, and Randy seems a little too excited. I wonder if she's doing some acting. Like,
maybe, or maybe she really, that's why I said, I think she wants a babysitter. Like, I think that, you're right. I think that she's tired of being a single parent. And I think she would love to have, even if it was half the time, she would love to have Reise around to say, hey, can you pick this up? Can you do this? Can you do that? No, I could see that. But when they did get to the restaurant, because I think Reise was drinking an espresso martini. That was I was like, are they drinking alcohol? And I was like, yeah, I think these are cocktails. These are drinks. So they do drink. He does drink. But he brings this up and he's absolutely right, because it's a little bit of a preface for next time, which is he believes that Billie Jean is underestimating the emotional impact of, and I think this is very true. I think that she has been which is why seeing her pregnant today makes a lot more sense. I wonder if Billie Jean went through all of this, put poor Reise through all of this to only recognize, oh, wait, he's flirting with another woman, or this other woman really, really likes him, and that could threaten me. Oh, no, I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Poor Reise.
Yeah. I know, because we see scenes from the next episode where she's clearly jealous, not having it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit like, wow, you really have not thought about this. You haven't thought through any of this, Billie Jean. Like you don't know yourself at all. And you are making Reise do all of this work for something that you want that you haven't even completely explored the meaning of and what that really means.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Psych Legal Pop will be right back after these messages.
Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, ladies.
When you've done the work, you want your hydration to do the same. Introducing new Gatorade Lower Sugar, now with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. And 75% less sugar and all the electrolytes of regular Gatorade, now available nationwide.
Yeah. I don't like Billie Jean. She's weird.
But I'd watch a dating show with Reise any day of the week. I'll tell you that much.
Reise is a good time. I mean, God, he's just so happy.
And he's so earnestly goofy. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like the goofiness. And you see that he's kind of like, falls down and he's embarrassed. But at the same time, he's so goofy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like him. He's really growing on me.
I don't want him to get hurt.
Yes. And I want to protect Reise. I do. Yeah. I think this is very, dating's rough no matter who you are. Everyone hates dating. No one loves it. It's hard no matter who you are. And you're making this man who's already married, who doesn't enjoy this at all to do it. And you haven't even really explored for yourself. You never even sat down and thought about how seeing Reise with another woman would make you feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with the 5 embryos. You're just selfish. Yeah. It's just like, ugh.
Clueless, selfish. Yeah, all of it.
All right.
Okay. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, yes.
God. The Merrifields. So I looked up the Colorado laws. Apparently in Colorado, you're not required to, both spouses are not required to have legal counsel, but it's, strongly encouraged.
Yes.
So it is just all about this translation, I guess. But again, she's signing this, even though she can read it in her native language. She has no one to ask, well, what does this mean? What does this legal term mean? What is the implications of this or whatever? So it's the 11th hour. It's the night before the 90th day. And that was another thing too. I looked up that, because I thought they said on the last episode that you had to file for the adjustment of status within the 90-day period, but apparently you don't. Apparently there's no hard deadline, just to file the adjustment of status.
Oh, because that's what we're thinking. Because they kept saying it was day 73 or whatever it was. And that's why it was so critical, because they only had a certain number of business days. And that I thought that the paperwork had to get to the immigration office first. And then it gets filed.
Well, surprise, surprise. We got bad information from Garrick and Dannielle.
Yes.
Yeah, because they were saying that something about 14 days and this was the final whatever. Yeah. The only drop dead deadline is, you have to be married within the 90 days. So then That's what they're focused on. So they find some lawyer to translate the prenup. Their online prenup that they did themselves.
So Dannielle finds someone else, basically. And I guess this wasn't that hard. It's all the same day. To find someone. She found an attorney that's a lawyer and a certified translator. They were acting like that was the hardest thing in the world to find. I was like, okay, it was your next call. All right.
I don't know. So anyway, they're everything's signed, sealed, delivered. They're going to go to Aspen the next day and get married.
Yes. Of course, Lorrana says that she does not desire to take any of their things, their assets, or any of their things. It's like, okay.
Okay. We'll see.
We shall see. You want to trust that. But of course, who are the people that really, really like, who's the audience? Everybody else. And that is Sam and Sam.
Sam.
Samantha, absolutely, positively, she was shocked, just as we were. Like, why don't you get on top of everything right away? Why didn't you? You brought someone from Brazil.
Why didn't you look into this sooner?
Yeah. Yeah, you brought her here. It took a while for her to even get here. You did not spend one moment preparing any of this. None of this. And they were just like, and they're kind of like, yeah, Sam's like, that's what the 90 days are for. It's not to sit around and wonder. It's to get all this shit done. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. And then somebody says, well, Garrick, I think Dannielle says, well, Garrick says 90 days is not enough. It should be a year. And Sam's like, well, it's not a year. It's 90 days.
He's operating within reality. He's like, that it would be nice, but it's not. So this is what it is. Again, if I was Sam, I would try to get out of this business with Garrick as fast as I could. I would be so livid that this numbnut, and we all saw you. We saw you the day that Lorrana came to the US. Sam said something to you about it. He said, you need to get on this. And so to then learn, you've been doing, your biggest concern the last 70 plus days has been like, 2 nights on, 2 nights off. Should we wash the sheets? Not change the sheets? What's that going to look like? Honestly, it's true. It's like you were so concerned with getting laid and getting this rotation the way you like it that you did not bother to do anything else.
No, and Sister Sam says, she says, Dannielle and Garrick don't always do things right. These two, we need these two in every scene to just basically shade Dannielle and Garrick because they're complete idiots.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see because you're like, is this just me? Like last time I was like, am I the only one? It's like, oh no, good. Everybody else is on the same page. Everyone else thinks this is, the fact that she was coming here from Brazil, she's right. Samantha's right. Like she came here from Brazil, from another country. You knew this was happening for a while. Like they had more than 90 days. When Garrick talks about a year, didn't you? Or you've had a year, Garrick. You've had a year.
Yeah, you had to apply for the K-1 visa. You had all that time. You knew that if you got this visa, she'd be coming. You'd only have 90 days. You should have lined up the lawyer ahead of time.
Yep.
Made an appointment for as soon as she got into town. No. He was so concerned with getting laid.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there with his fucking cowboy hat on and just looking, not like basically refusing to talk to anybody, just sitting there silently. I don't know what he's Googling or whatever he's doing on his computer.
I don't know. I think he's reading the paperwork or something, but he has no, and that's what's so frustrating about him and why I think Sam should get out of business with him because he is so passive about everything, but he is making this very passive person has a lot of wants and needs, and he's making some big decisions around his life, and he's super passive. And that's not a good combination at all. I'm like, how is he in business? I feel like Sam just puts up with him because I bet you anything that Garrick's family name has enough juice that keeps them, like, I bet you anything, all the people that come and see, like their whole client base, it's all connected to Garrick's family in some way, shape or form. And their their family's name in the town. And that's the only reason why Sam is still there, was just basically because we have endless clients.
Well, I've heard that his family disowned him because of this polygamy stuff. So,
but maybe the name alone, even they've disowned, him, that maybe, but Buena Vista, the town, or the neighboring towns, people know the name so well.
Right. But I mean, it's also a small town, like word gets around.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Well, he's on TV now.
Well, yeah, you're walking down the street holding hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that he's, cuckoo crazy now. So I don't know who would go to him. I don't know. Sam must be a good salesman. I have a feeling Sam basically runs the business and Garrick just comes in for a few hours and sits in his office. And
yeah. And that's why I'm wondering, is it the family name, or the family? Did he have the seed money? There was some use of Garrick. Garrick was useful for something, and you keep him around for some reason. Mm-hmm. So there's some sort of use. And the only use I can see is his family, not him. Because he's a real numbnut.
He's useless.
Yeah.
He really is useless. So anyway, Garrick says he's been waiting for this day for 6 years. He's coming down. This is the next day, the day of the wedding.
Yes.
He comes out with another cowboy hat and a bolo tie.
Yes.
He's a cowboy.
He is a cowboy. He really enjoys being a cowboy. I'm like, have you ever been on a horse?
Yeah. Have you ever ridden a horse? Ever?
Well, this I thought was interesting when Garrick says, I've been waiting for this day for 6 years. And the note I wrote was, so none of this has been about these women. It's been about is having the second wife, because you basically, Lorrana's only been part of your life for the last year or so, right? So I've been waiting for this for 6 years. To me, if that's your thought and you're expressing it to all of us, to me, that means, yes, all I've ever wanted is this marriage and the ability to have this marriage and have sex with someone outside of my marriage.
Right.
And it kind of doesn't matter as long as she's from Brazil. I don't really care, because all the women are now interchangeable.
Yeah. Whether it's Roberta, Natalia, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. I didn't think about that in terms of the time thing. Yeah. You've only known her for a year.
Yeah.
But you've been dreaming of this day for 6 years.
Which makes me think that you've been dreaming of marrying a Brazilian woman for 6 years. That's really what the truth is. And that Lorrana is the one that's willing to do it. So.
Yeah. How long do you think before he brings up, another sister wife? Although I think they've run out of K-1 visas. So they're going to have to find someone in America.
Yes. I think I give it about a year or two. And then Garrick's going to be like, I was out in my garage and God told me I need another sister wife. But this one needs to be here in the U.S.
Preferably, from Brazil and immigrated here.
But living here.
Living here, already legal. Everything's good. Good to go. God.
Oh my God. And the other part of this too is when Garrick starts talking about divorcing Dannielle, the camera will just pan to Dannielle and the look on her face is, it's almost a little bit like not knowing if the camera's on her or not, and not knowing if she can really express how she feels. Oh God, it is just,
I know. She's a real dichotomy because 1 minute she's giddy, the next minute she's crying. So Dannielle comes out. She looks really pretty. She's got a really cute dress on. Now, what did you think about Lorrana's dress?
I was going to ask you about it too. I was a little surprised. I'll be honest. I thought I knew it was going to be white and I knew it would be sexy, but I was like, oh, this is really, because there's something about in terms of dresses, if you have a short dress like that, then maybe the top needs to be covered. Or if you have your top exposed, then you should have a long dress, right? That whole idea of the balance of how much skin she shows. And so it felt a little I think Lorrana is a nice person. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she looked beautiful in the dress, but it really felt a little cheap. and a little too sexy. A little too sexy.
It was too much. That's something you wear when you're in Vegas.
Yeah, at the club.
Going to the club, going out. It's like one of those bodycon, real short, real tight fitting. And then even the upper part of it, it was almost like, it was like not just the arms were exposed, it was like the sides of her.
Yeah, she's not wearing a bra. You can't wear a bra with that dress at all.
Or maybe there's some built-in something. But yeah, no, it was very revealing. It just wasn't appropriate for the occasion. Just say that. I sound like an old lady, but
I know. It didn't, I was just like, and she's so beautiful. I mean, she really could. I mean, if that dress was just to the floor, I think it would have been great, like not a bodycon, but if the top was that and it was just all the way to the floor, I think that would have been great. It just was a little much.
See, I found the open top more inappropriate than the short skirt. There was just a lot of skin and cleavage and side boob. I mean,
it was a lot.
It was a lot.
But Garrick is like, muy. What was
bonito.
Bonito. He knows that word. He knows the word for like sexy in Portuguese. Nothing else. God,
no, they still are not speaking any Portuguese words. They showed they are still labeling things like door. Table. I don't know how much English Lorrana's really learning from that, but anyway, she's kind of. I wrote down that she kind of doesn't look very happy because she says she really wanted the big wedding.
Yeah,
and they say that they're going to do that later, but I think deep down she probably knows these people are fucking flaky.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances of them getting it together and having a big wedding? I'm probably not going to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they have to go to Aspen to the courthouse. I guess that's the biggest town. And then we learn that Dannielle can't go in there with them. And this is, then we just sort of see the breakdown of Dannielle after this outside the courthouse. And apparently the same courthouse that she and Garrick went to get their marriage license and go through all of this themselves.
Probably the same place they got divorced too.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet you was all those things. Yeah. And Dannielle says this at some point. She says, well, when you're thinking about these things, she says it's like, I trust my heart, but my flesh is telling me this is a terrible idea. And this comes back to the body keeps the score. Like this is why trauma lives in your body. Yes, you can be logical about things. You can be rational about things. You can absolutely do that. But your body will tell you if something feels right or doesn't feel right. Or if it feels like, oh, I've been here before and that was trauma or not. And because it will stay there. And that's basically what she's saying. She's basically saying, like, my body is screaming at me, like, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. But
is this really the first time she's felt this?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Because, I mean, I don't know. Dannielle, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she manages to keep it together and be supportive of Garrick and do all this stuff that ultimately, in her quiet moments when she's alone, because it was really sad. She's out there alone on the street with the camera
person. Yeah.
And talking, kind of to the camera and crying and upset. And because like you said, she knows deep down inside that this isn't good. It's not right. It's not fair. Garrick's done her wrong. Garrick's a horrible husband. All that stuff. She knows all this stuff and she's been knowing it. And yet why does she just continue to go along with this?
I don't know. Because I think, and I don't know how old she was when she and Garrick got married. I don't know if she got married very young, and it feels
young, yeah.
She's not so maybe
she right now.
We see how long it took for Christine and all these Mary and all these other women from Sister Wives to figure out like, oh, this isn't right. This isn't working for me. So I think that, when you get married that young and maybe religious background and, he's couched all of this in religion and God, and you're told that you need to, maybe her family told her she needed to listen to her husband. And if your husband wants something, this is what you need to do. I think we're back to that battle that she's having with herself around, this is what I was told was good and right. And this is what feels right to me. And
right. Well, and I don't know how religious her family was or is. And here's another thing. Her entire family is financially dependent on Garrick. Her parents live with them.
Yes.
Her brother works with him or for him, whatever the relationship is. She, I don't know what her work history is. I don't know how much she could really make if she had to go out and get a job. I don't think she has higher education. She's like an abused woman who can't leave. It's, almost like financial abuse. I'm not saying he's like physically abusive, but financially and emotionally. Yeah.
Yeah.
What Garrick wants, Garrick gets.
Yes. And I think that's one of the things about being female and all of this stuff, right? Like, Max never wanted me to work. He wished I was a stay-at-home mom, and I felt a lot of guilt and stuff, but I also kind of felt like, no, like I'm not going to be dependent on anybody. I'm not going to be dependent on a man. I'm not going to be dependent on I have to work. Like I need to be able to make my own money. I don't ever want to be dependent on that. And that's the thing. It's like, that's what makes marriage work, is knowing I could leave you at any time. I could go have sex with someone else. I could be out of here.
So you better be nice to me.
So I'm staying. You better be nice to me. But it's also a little bit like, how, why are you staying? Okay. Are you staying because there's enough here to want you to stay? Because you don't need marriage. I mean, women once did to survive, but now you don't. So I don't know. Again, I think this sort of message that women get back and forth and all of that, it's like, no, don't ever put all your eggs in anyone's basket, please. No, maybe I'm wrong, but
no, I agree. And that's why I fought so hard to make sure Layla graduated from college.
Oh yeah.
You know, because she complained about, she did not want to be there. She liked the social part of it, but she hated school. And I said, please, if you ever just do want this one thing for me. And that's all I want.
Yeah.
It was so important to me. Like, and thank God, she did it. Yeah. A lot. Well, so next time, I didn't write down all the stuff, but I would want to talk about the Davises briefly, because the scene from next week with the Davises is they're all sitting on the couch, and Nick is telling Teresa, he's saying, there's a lot of things that you're doing that are really kind of like upsetting our flow here and impacting our family negatively. And, they want to talk about it, and she kind of shuts it down. She says, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to film this, basically. And so they are not together. She is not living with them anymore. I saw April and Jen were on a podcast, and I saw a clip on like TikTok or something. And I think the podcast is called like Between Us Women or something. It's like, it was two women. I think it was like a pop culture-y type podcast. But yeah, they're the ones who said, they were saying, well, I know Teresa's not with you anymore. And they were saying, yeah, well, kind of like, you'll see, they weren't going to spill it with them, but so again,
Nick's not wrong. I mean, all three of you could see it on their faces. They're all looking at each other, and it's a little bit like, no, you have to be very secure within yourself.
Right.
If this kind of arrangement's going to work for you, because Nick does not have time for this. He needs to be teaching Vera. What did they learn about last time?
Oh,
hydroponics.
Thermodynamics.
Yes.
Whatever.
He's got a thermodynamic lesson that he has got to focus on for Vera and Jen's new baby and the new baby that's coming in. He does not have time for this. And this is why I like Nick. He really is. He knows himself. He knows what's going to work. He knows what's right. He's like, this ain't going to work.
Yeah, no. And Teresa is clearly very insecure, and her insecurities are probably just always right there on the surface and just bringing everybody down.
Yeah. Well, it's what's heartbreaking about all of this, and this is unfortunately, again, back to women and women being dependent. I think that unfortunately what Teresa needs is years of therapy, but she probably can't afford it, or she doesn't have the insurance for it. And so what she does is she kind of moves from man-to-man relationship to situationship to this, to this, to this. I think this is, again, part of a long line of these things that she kind of rolls along. And this is, again, the problem is that she's not truly, because of money and because of a lot of other things, she's not getting the help that she needs. This is not what she needs. But I think financially, she keeps like, I got to move in with these people, or, and so I got to make this work. So.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was kind of a red flag. Like, oh, she's already moved in with her kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so what I also wonder is if she did she say to the family, hey, I don't have anywhere to go. Can my kid and I move in with you guys? I know Dannielle's now gone and you have space. Like, could I move in with you guys? And then did she kind of start to like, oh, let's go hot tubbing. And, oh, I forgot my bathing suit. And, did they start out like this, or did she weave her way into that? And them going, okay, well, let's try this. This is good. Okay, this is, and
they needed a new sister wife for the next season.
Exactly. She fit a lot of bills.
Let's see if this might work, because they're just seeking,
yes,
not commitment,
It's not like Garrick.
Although they were calling her their girlfriend. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's how it all happened. But yeah. Oh, this show. Okay. I thought this was the final week, but actually we've got 2 more episodes of this show. So we're rounding it out. We're almost there.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good season.
Yeah.
It's been interesting.
All right. Wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy us and you want more of us, we do have a Patreon. We have 2 different levels. At the $5 level, you get all the episodes ad-free, and we do a weekly bonus episode where we talk about pop culture. And at the $8 level, you get all of that. Plus, you also get a bonus episode every month with a true crime episode just for the Patreon. And we also do a Ask Us Anything once a month. And we also just finished doing, if you're a Sister Wives fan, we just read and talked about, we didn't actually read the book on the podcast, but we talked about it. Christine Brown Woolley's memoir. And there are 9 episodes, which you can actually just purchase the 9 episodes if they're bundled together, if you just want to listen to that. And, we're on social media. We're on YouTube, Psych Legal Pop. You can also support us by subscribing to the podcast. You get automatic downloads. Also, if you are so inclined, you can give us a 5-star rating and review. That really helps our podcast, the visibility of it. And what else? Or anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Tell a friend. Tell 2 friends.
Yeah. Share an episode.
Yeah.
With a friend. And again, thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
we'll
right.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
You do it all. So why not get all the electrolytes? Hydrate better than water with new Gatorade Lower Sugar. Now with no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. And 75% less sugar than regular Gatorade. New to the fridge. All the Gatorade electrolytes you love. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Is it in you? Now available nationwide.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Pace Case.
And I'm Bachelor Clues.
We host Game of Roses, the world's best reality TV podcast. We're covering every show in reality TV at the highest level possible. We analyze The Bachelor, Love is Blind, Perfect Match, Vanderpump, and anything else you find yourself watching with wine and popcorn.
We break down errors, highlight plays, MVPs, and all the competitive elements that make reality TV a sport. And we interview superstar players like Bachelorette Caitlin Bristow and Big Brother champion Taylor Hale.
If you want to know so much about reality TV, you can turn any casual conversation into a PhD level dissertation. You definitely want to check out Game of Roses.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.